All right, guys, let's talk about a front squat. It is a high level exercise, really blasting the quads. That's what it does. But it's not just a quad and leg exercise. Front squat is a tremendous way to front load the body, to challenge our back, challenge our thoracic spine, challenge our posture, especially once you load up some heavier weights. That weight's really trying to round the shoulders forward. So you really got to be engaged through the back. With any squat at the bottom, we want to avoid bouncing at the bottom, tucking the butt under, doing that butt wing. So it's something to focus on with the front squat. One way, if you go pretty heavy and have the flexibility through your wrists for a front squat, is to kind of hook it here, and then we're dropping deep into that front squat. Another way, if you're not going quite as heavy, that I like to do it, is this little crossover grip, and then we hook it right on the deltoids. You got to have a little meat on your deltoids to pull this one off. Really try to protect your back, keep those elbows really high. That's going to put a lot of that load just resting on the shoulder. So it's a big, actually, bicep and shoulder workout as well when you do it this way. When we're going into that squat, try to really focus on dropping down slowly, keeping that low back nice and strong, that chest nice and tall, and those elbows level. And then we drive up from there. A lot of times with that front squat, you'll see folks, since it's heavy, they'll bounce, they'll sag through their upper back, and they'll kind of tuck their butt underneath, doing one of these, trying to bounce at the bottom. That's when it can get really challenging on the shoulders and the low back. So keeping that low back extended, control it to the bottom. Even if you need to get a bench so you can control that, it can help. From there, a couple ways that we can workshop some things. It requires a lot of ankle mobility to do a proper front squat control in the back. So if we want to, we can get that front rack position and elevate the heels a little bit. That's going to give us more ankle range of motion and allow us to keep that back nice and straight, keep that chest nice and tall, and really focus on blasting the quads. If that's not enough, if you really are limited through your ankles, we can even get a slant board, really prop those heels up, keep the chest tall, and then we can go all day keeping that back really extended, really rigid, going to town, blasting the quads. At the end of the day, the barbell is too much. It's intimidating. It bothers your back every time you do it. Even with these modifications, one of my favorite alternatives is front rack kettlebells. Allows you just to have a little more mobility. You can kind of slack the shoulders a little bit. You can keep them nice and strong. You can get really deep into that squat with the heels elevated.